Summertime is the perfect time to get outside and enjoy the warm weather, but it might not be so perfect for your pets. Here's Michelle Gillum from the Jacksonville Humane Society with some tips on how to keep your pets cool this summer.
Tip number one is make sure that your animal is hydrated. Animals can't sweat the way humans can, so they can't cool themselves off. So it's really, really, really important to make sure you always have water available for your pet. Tip number two is never leave your pet in a parked car. Even if you're parked under the shade or with the windows down a little bit, those cars can really heat up and be dangerous for your animals. Tip number three is to limit exercise in the heat of the summer. On hot days, your animals can get dehydrated really quickly, even if they have water. So make sure that you exercise in the morning or the late evening to ensure that your pet doesn't get overheated. Tip number four also involves exercise. It's important to remember that your pet's paws can get burnt on the pavement, so you have to make sure to exercise in the early morning or the late evening when the concrete isn't as hot. Be especially careful with black concrete because that heats up even faster. Tip number five is the most important. You need to be able to recognize the signs of heat stroke. If your dog's feeling lethargic, has a rapid heartbeat, is panting really heavily, has glazed eyes, restlessness, excessive thirst, dizziness, or a lack of coordination, call your veterinarian right away. Tip number six is special for white dogs. Animals with white ears or white noses are really susceptible to the sun. You can put sunscreen on your dog's nose or on their ears to protect them, but you really want to make sure that a white pet is outside only when it's cool and when the sun isn't overhead. Tip number seven is to make sure you bring water with you wherever you go. Dog parks usually have water available, but you want to bring an extra supply. There will be a lot of dogs clamoring to get to that one bowl at the park, so you want to make sure you have some for your own dog available at all times. Tip number eight is that if you have an outside dog, make sure the pet has shade. Obviously, it's preferable on super hot days if you can bring your dog inside to enjoy some of that air conditioning. Tip number 9 is to call if you have questions. Call your veterinarian or call us here at the Jacksonville Humane Society. We have a behavior hotline where we can answer questions about your animal's behaviors, and we can help you with any question you might have about a companion animal. That leads us to tip number 10. Make sure that you go to your veterinarian and get heartworm medication for your dogs. Heartworms are spread through mosquitoes and can be everywhere during the summer. Remember, it's more expensive to treat heartworms than to prevent them.
For a written list of these tips and links to additional information, check out my blog at jacksonville.com/Amanda. For Jacksonville.com, I'm Amanda Waraford.
It's like just sitting in front of the camera.